I would like to invite our partners, representatives of our partners, to present some type of social innovation that they implemented during this project. So in the first panel, I will invite Cristina Sousa from Portugal and the demonstrative action of agroforest in a small community in Lisbon. I will invite Muttasim from JOHUD, from Jordan, to present the innovative co-production activity there with the collaboration of the Ministry of Social Development that JOHUD implemented very successfully. And I will also invite Yiannis Tsoukalidis from our Greek partner, EP.E.K.S.A, Scientific Research Institute on Social Cohesion, to share their experiences and give to us an insight on what MedTOWN project was in each of these countries.
In which order?
No, you are.
I'm the first one. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I would actually start to share that I'm very emotional today. It's been a very interesting, intense, hard and breakthrough experience. I just recall the time we meet in Valencia, as you mentioned, Juanma. And actually, I'm very glad to finish this at this time here and to experience you. I want to thank especially Eliana and Rogério. They are two associated informal partners that has come with us this time. But actually, they've been my team and our team in the field, because we are actually a public administration, the few ones that are here. And I understand you, Asma, it's very difficult to deal with all this bureaucracy and try to innovate. So our main solution was to build our partnership outside the parish and rely on the social and informal partners, and that was I think that was the trigger to make it work. Okay, so can I think I need to see what I. Okay. I speak from there. Or from there, or from here, whatever you like. Maybe I can use this one. Okay. So this way I think I can see what I'm telling. So how many minutes do I have? 10. Great. I thought it was less. Okay, so we can start with the first one. Our demo action was based in this co-producing the public spaces within the community and related with the time banks. As a tool to promote the inclusion and the social justice in a small parish in Lisbon. Can we pass to the other one? I just want to give you some context. So we are a parish in the middle of the city, Lisbon, the capital of Portugal. We are the public administration, and so we struggle a lot with bureaucracy and with a very strict rules to do anything. So I'm quite tired. It's been very difficult. And since we are a public administration, we have dealt with the challenges such as electoral cycles that change, so executive boards and presidents who changed, work teams that have changed. Gladly, I'm still here, but part of the team has changed also. All the political challenges and contexts in the city also, so it was quite difficult. But as I said, we mainly rely on the stability of the community, because actually the neighbors are the same. people are living for years in that same quarter. The NGOs are the same, the associations have a lot of knowledge in the field. So that was our strategy, to rely on them and to make it sufficiently interest to the parish wants to come. So that was the trigger here. Okay. So this is the neighborhood. The neighborhood that was chosen. It's a small neighborhood within the parish, which is called Bela Flor. That means beautiful flower, by the way. And it's a neighborhood that it's classified as vulnerable because it has majority of the people are old. There are many unemployed people, low qualification work, retired. And so it has a cooperative, housing cooperative, it has a social housing. It's a very vulnerable neighborhood. So our starting point in the demo action was the appropriation, recovery and revitalization of an unused and unproductive public space in this neighborhood. So it was a forgotten place that we thought that if we use them by the community and to build new products could be an opportunity. And we thought that maybe if we do it in a shared and participatory way, it will work better. The intention was to make the relation with a time bank implementation, so we could have a value chain working there. And our intention was to produce healthy and sustainable food in this plot of land, new shared knowledge, new environmental and resilient behaviors, and other new opportunities such as the ones related with sustainability, circular economy, etc. So the basis was to reconvert that plot in an agroforest and to use the time bank. The objective was to co-produce the public space with new uses, try to work on these opportunities for knowledge, exploration, training, and sharing in the agroforest, related with a new time bank in Campolide, to stimulate intra-community relations, reciprocity in neighborhoods, collaboration, stimulate trust relations at the local level, reveal abundance and talents that are not valued by the market economy. And so, therefore, we would create new dynamics and promote autonomy and food production, new social services, new non-formal education. So all of this, which is quite challenging, but really we got some of this. We can pass to the other one. So our option was to rely on some key local partners. Within the parish, it took some time until we have the clear view within the parish, because it was the will to make part as a partner, but then to mobilize all the teams and all the internal resources is a second level of stimulation internally, and that took very, very long time. But actually, we made it to have the interaction of the green spaces management, since we were working in a public space, and the public space also, the education department and the social aid department also. We had, since day one, a lot of participation from the neighborhoods and the neighbors and all the volunteers that came from different parts of Lisbon. Also the local development services from the municipality chamber that were supporting the project since day one. Local SSEs, local schools, other regenerative projects in Lisbon that actually during these 4 years visit this place and make it a reference in the capital, which was very important. Actually, there was a year that Lisbon was the green capital of Europe, and this was one of the projects that were was visited, and it was a reference. Also a very good relation with academia and universities and all the different volunteers. So, our key factors in the co-production, it was very important to have the agroforest with regular food production and activities. So, I will explain later how we did this. After 1 year and a half, 2 years of beginning the project, in the middle, we got to open a room, community room in the neighborhood, which meant that the public space that was occupied had now a face in a more inner space that was very important for the relations and cooperation between neighbors. And also, with all the services that we were improving in the space to produce food, as it was in a public space with no doors, no timing, no fences, it was actually a space that was available for all. And so, since we were there producing in a different way, this became a new opportunity of environmental education. So, suddenly we had schools, mainly the local ones, asking, can we visit the place? Can we have a guide to guide the kids there? Can we go there once a week? Even we have schools that are available to pay and to have their environmental education programs. And also a very important key factor was also in the middle of the project, like 1 year ago, more than half time, there was the implementation of a community group based on a methodology developed by Rogério and his team in Lisbon. There are actually 20 groups, community groups in Lisbon, but here there wasn't any. And it was formed one community group. These are assemblies of the community that have representatives from the municipality chamber, from the parish, from the NGOs and neighbors in private name. And once a month, they gather together to discuss the needs, the problems, and mainly to envision solutions and understand what are the resources that are available to build those solutions. And this is quite important. Just to give you an inch, what is an agroforest? So, this is a community food forest where we applied some techniques of farming techniques based on a regeneration concept. And we have activities twice a week. Our base is to work with the volunteer work from neighbors and volunteers from everywhere. And actually, we managed to have today environmental education activities, schools visits, team buildings, training workshops that companies pay to go there and do. So we had there team buildings for Siemens, Philips, kind of brands like this want to go there and pay to the community group. They give, they pay, not much, but they pay, which is very important to maintain the actions in the long run. And also support to children and families with occupation time, etc. Esperanza? Okay, now you can just roll a little bit, because these are some of the pictures. Can you, some of the pictures, just for you to know, this is the text. Yeah? Just for you to have an inch of the feeling that we have there. These are trainings there, some experiments with seed coins that I gave them in the last time. Can you go? This is the example of the community room that actually was not a community room built and opened as so. We asked to the people, the question is, what would you like to do with this room? And people put in, they write what was their dream to the room. And that is what is happening now. Some of these we manage together with the parish, the municipality to do so. There is support to the study, support with the kids, with the family, sewing classes, etc., that are now running there. So the most important achievements was this regular community involvement, mainly through children and women. They were the first ones to kick off the project. We gained some credibility from the public institutions, some recognition and visibility, and we established this participatory decision process with the community group, which is very important and the main key factor for the sustainability of the demo action. This is what is a time bank. I don't know if someone has questions about the time bank. We have here Iliana that is managing 20 time banks in Portugal, and she's one of the main partners of the demo action. And then the time bank was built with the co-creation process involving, can you go? Involving 3 neighborhoods, the parish, 1 cooperative, 1 association, 2 associations, and the GRAL, the association that manages the time banks in Portugal. We have the protocol established. So in the roots you see the partners that established the time bank. We align with the values and the processes that already are running for other time banks, and we are involving all those universe of partners in Lisbon, not only in Campolide, mainly in Campolide, but others also in Lisbon. This was the work that probably you will talk about, but the tier 1 developed with us to the platform, that actually, if it would be possible, it could be also implemented to the other time banks, and that would be a very, very important help to the sustainability of the project. We had just time banks in schools and in community. You can go over. And these are the direct beneficiaries, more or less 400 in the direct way. And the indirect, we go to 1,200. And this is the main impact. Nowadays, this demo action is actually a very important hotspot for environmental education. It's a reference for other regenerative movements in the city. It's a very important place for food production and ecosystem services. We have these private companies that want to pay to make their activities. This was a forgotten place with nothing, so it's a very huge improvement. And we have this relevant governance platform, which is the community group, that actually now the project is finishing, and the community group is leading the activities through now on. It's a very important and informal space for time, services, and knowledge exchange. I'm finishing, just a minute. The other one. So we have 2 kinds of new services in a neighborhood. There was nothing there. There was really nothing besides people living there and a cafe. And now we have services carried out by the partners, the NGOs that are there, support to children, agroforest activities, environmental education program for schools, study support to children, digital support regarding the articulation with the digital platforms for public services such as finance, social security systems. We have classes of capoeira, yoga, and sewing classes, and also the parish started 2 relations, directed relations with that quarter in particular, and now they have their social services point. And also the president is part of the monthly meetings of the assembly. And it's that, I think. These are some of the activities that the community group is leading by themselves. This is a community celebration. That is a workshop of how to prune trees. The other one, it's a circular wardrobe that people lives, okay? It's supposed to talk about the pilot project. I didn't have time, so we can go. So just to say that we had one pilot project with 10,000 euros that involved these partners, 3 NGOs, a cooperative and 2 associations, the informal group that it's leading the Bellaflor community, agroforest, and the community group that actually is the platform of decision making that it's running. And also we have the housing cooperative that is giving the space and all the support for this pilot project. And here are some of the photos about what they're doing. They are preparing some of those are bags with tea that is produced in the agroforest, or those are legumes and they are selling them in the neighborhood. We have the sewing classes and they are producing small bags with tissue to other things. We have also the classes of yoga, capoeira, and a community kitchen. They led there. And so this is the final slide. These are the opportunities that I already mentioned, but mainly these new commons, this idea that these assets are new commons that we can also improve and make them a better opportunity to the community. But the challenges are actually something that we are dealing in the community group also, because the internal resistance of the public administration for a project with a such short term is very challenging. How do you make such a change in such a short term with these electoral cycles also going on? The overcome of the feeling of distrust towards the public administration, and as we reverse the idea, so we mainly worked with the community and we made it really, really interesting for the parish to come and to make a part, and that was a very good trigger. It's very difficult to maintain the high in the participatory processes, so that is something that we need to work on a daily basis. And the sustainability after the funding is something that we are working on. So the community group is already working in new funding programs, but also in these ideas that if they do the educational programs in the agroforest to schools, they can receive money, they can maintain. So this is, in a glimpse, what we are doing there in Campolide.
Thank you very much, Cristina. I want to add that initially it wasn't predicted to implement a pilot project in Portugal. It is the partner with the smallest budget in the project. However, I think it's a very successful project. And this is something that we cannot see in the slides, but the big success of the participation of the people, of many NGOs, in all these wonderful gatherings that you were organizing twice a week for more than 1 year and a half, with people that were really committed in the project, it's a real success. And congratulations. So, you want something, Anna? Very, very fast. So.
Thank you, Cristina. Amazing work. I have a question in relation to how did you form, or how was the informal group formed? Because you have a representation from the municipality officials, you have associations, but you also have the neighbors or private people. And I was wondering, was it managed in a more of a commons way? Or, yeah, how was it formed? Was it like elections or just like showing up interest? Is it an open place for anyone to come? how was your governance model? Because also it's related to your sustainability, so I'm interested in that. Thank you.
So actually that is related with what Georgia mentioned. We choose, as all the partners, we contracted the trainers. Our option, since we had to manage a public space, was not to have just the trainers to make the trainees, the training sessions, but we agree with them that they will be trainers in the long term, twice a week in the agroforest. So we used the same money, but we said, so you should come 4 hours twice a week to the agroforest to maintain this long-term relation with the community. And I think that was an option that made a stronger relation between the project and the community. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the glue to construct something with that community. And that made, we proposed to the community to make part of a group of volunteers that manage the agroforest. So we invite people to not to use the traditional farming tools or practices. So the idea was to share new ideas about regenerative farming, to intervene in such a public space. But also, we ask people, if you know something about farming, tell us. So this was the trigger to have some relation with the people there. And then this was the first idea, but then we with the time running, we saw that the main volunteers were children and women. So the children were there because they didn't have anywhere else to go. And those trainers become educators for twice a week for these children. And then the moms came and said, oh, this is marvelous. You're keeping the children, an eye on the children during 4 hours. This is marvelous for me. So we adapt a little bit, and we started to make children-oriented activities. So, long story short, we established a strong relation of confidence with a few people in the community. And we started this like this. Afterwards, when we started the community group, we thought, actually there was an assembly of children in the first place. And we said, what do you want to do? We want a pool. It's not possible to have a pool here. So we started like this kind of stuff. And the mother said, well, so if we make a visit somewhere, or if the kids can come here, or blah, blah, blah. So we started. It was a very open-minded project, and that was very interesting, not to have a closed framework to work with. It was an open opportunity, and they said, okay, so we want to make a mud kitchen here. Wow, great. And now, after 2 years, we have not only a mud kitchen there, as we have a mud kitchen in their school, based on this one. We have also a small agroforest in their school based on this one. So this was the way the community grew in, but anyone can enter. We have in every assemblies the president, and that was, if the president is there, everyone wants to be there, because everyone wants to say, I have a problem in my house, my kid doesn't have la 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 la. So when they start to have this participatory way where I believe so, the true co-production, where you have people saying to the president, with the woman responsible for the municipal chamber, and they say, well, you have a problem with the sewage, so the parish can do that, the municipality can do that. And this was the trigger, and people heard, and the next meeting you have more, and the next meeting you have more. We are very aware that this is a high for the beginning. In the long run, will be like less people and then less people. But this was the way it worked.
Okay. You want to make a comment?
No, just one question with a very rapid answer. Okay? Have you considered, because I don't recall it from the analysis, have you considered the impact of what you have done in public health? Because that has an impact in public health.
I'm going to be short. Yes. Yes, we have considered, and actually we made a proposal to the social services department in the parish, and we proposed them to make something like social prescription, because in terms of mental health, mainly, it has a very good impact, not only just in children that don't have outdoor experience and now have this opportunity to ground something, but also in the families. But they didn't accept it yet. But we made the proposal.
Israel, okay. Very short, very short. Okay.
Muchísimas gracias. Es preciosísimo el proyecto. Bueno, la realidad. Tengo un par de preguntas. La primera, son muy rápidas y si quieres luego nos la comentamos. La primera es que habéis conseguido generar un ecosistema dentro de un espacio físico que interactúan con muchos agentes. Mi pregunta es qué nivel de autogobierno o de autogestión tienen esos colectivos con respecto al espacio. Es decir, si se han empoderado lo suficiente para poder seguir trabajando o poder seguir haciendo trabajos por su cuenta o digamos de una forma más autogestionada, por un lado. Y por el otro, me interesaba conocer qué tipos de servicios se intercambian a través del banco de tiempo y si están vinculados con algún tipo de intergeneracionalidad entre las personas de más edad y a lo mejor pues necesidades que puedan tener familias, niños, etc. Gracias.
Very fast, Cristina, please, because we need to move forward.
In what concerns the governance, is that what you are asking? The governance in the land, in the space?
About the autonomy and...
Autonomy of the governance, what we choose to do in the space, yes. The plot of land, it's the responsibility, the management of the plot of land, it's the responsibility of the municipality. But as they don't have means to do it, historically, the parish was leading with that space, but they doesn't do anything. They just cut the grass just to avoid fire and nothing more than that. So when the community said, we want to deal with this space and make it something different, it was not only a good solution for the parish because it wasn't their responsibility and they were dealing with that, as also the municipality. So we have the acceptance of both to do whatever we want, if with their knowledge. Is that an answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one. Bank and we close this.
The other one.
Maybe you can talk later outside and learn more.
Yes. The other one of the time bank, actually, I would suggest that we talk also with Eliana because she has an experience of 20 years of time banks. But here we have this platform and the services, we don't exchange goods, just services. And there is 100 types of services that you can exchange. But I can explain you afterwards if you want.
Okay. A big applause for the demonstrative action. Great. And now from Portugal, we go to Jordan. I invite our colleague to present the activities that MedTOWN project implemented.
Okay, good morning, everybody again, or good afternoon. It's already noon time. My name is Muttasim. I'm presenting the Jordanian Hashemite Fund for Human Development and presenting the achievements of the MedTOWN Mid-Rise project jointly with ACPP and other partners. First, I would like to thank everybody for giving this opportunity to talk more and dig a little bit in this topic, which is a very important and touchable topic. I would consider it for everybody and for every society. First, before starting my presentation, I would love if we would have the opportunity to have a project with a longer time that we can measure and analyze the impact of the project, not presenting the achievements of it. We need to know the impact in reality. What's the output, the outcomes of this project at the end, so we can multiply it, or we can replicate it for other communities, for other countries, and so accordingly. But I think the stage we have reached is a good one as well, and we can proud of the achievements within this project also. We at Jordan, we were focusing on co-producing the social policies with social solidarity economy actors that we can fight poverty, inequality, and social exclusion. This is the main topic of our interventions within JOHUD. So we were demonstrating the public-private partnership, which is, we consider it the core of involvement of the different stakeholders, different actors, that we can utilize the co-production of solidarity and economy, social solidarity and economy, of course, approaches, that we can create tailored social services for the most vulnerable groups. This was to empower these groups to become social entrepreneurs who can positively impact their communities. Our main objective of this is empowering vulnerable groups to establish prosperous businesses, also removing obstacles hindering access to fundamental services as well. Through the MedTOWN project, JOHUD established a fully equipped social business incubator hosted by the Ministry of Social Development as a governmental part. This was implemented in the northern part of Jordan, which is Irbid Governorate, Al-Qura district. The social business incubator objective and targeted groups is to provide support for, of course, marginalized entrepreneurs, whether individuals or cooperatives and associations, to establish and expand their enterprises and initiatives focusing on entrepreneurial potential and of people with disabilities, refugees, and women. Also acts as a bridge connecting vulnerable groups, of course, with decision makers and business leaders, as well by addressing socio-economic disparities. It offers equitable access to opportunities, and of course encouraging at the end the establishment of new businesses by creating employment opportunities as well as providing social services, etc. Serves as a collaborative platform facilitating partnership among various stakeholders and narrowing the gap between the marginalized group and decision makers. As well as JOHUD carried out, of course, efforts to promote production and social and solidarity economy through the social business incubator. This was they signed an agreement with the Ministry of Social and Development, then start the implementation of the project MedTOWN. Physical rehabilitation of the center has been implemented. Continuous follow-up on the center to ensure proper utilization of the incubators. Outreach and engagement of relevant stakeholders through policy recommendation discussion. This was including 120 stakeholders, participants, with background, of course, of issues, legislation, laws, and regulations. Here, JOHUD has tried to kind of making a synergy within the different stakeholders, within the different players, to transfer, to disseminate the knowledge, the know-how we have gained from the project within those stakeholders. Involvement of government, NGOs, as a public sector, how to involve them as well and connect them with the private sector. In our country, the situation a little bit different from maybe other countries, because each sector is working within its strategy, within its policies, but somehow individual. There was not strong linkages between the sectors themselves to empower the impact or the achievements and enlarge the progress. Also, the policy as well representative from the Ministry of Social Development Associations and CBOs, as I have said. We have included, of course, Minister of Agriculture, youth, people with disabilities, women, and so. Also, we aim to concluding recommendations and suggestions to amend the regulations. Appointment of the local trainer have been done, comprehensively trained and in coordination with JOHUD, of course, project management, MedTOWN project lead partner, to provide the adopted material in Arabic based on the original material, keeping the PHENOX journey with the approach and methodology. Investing the first stage social entrepreneurship training. We had 100 entrepreneurs aged between 18 to 40, aggregated into 30% people with disabilities, 35% women, and 35% refugees. Of course, here, when we talk about refugees, I have to emphasize, okay, I'm sure you know about it, that almost more than 1/3 of the Jordanian population is refugees, either Palestinian refugees, Syrian refugees, Iraqi refugees from different nationalities. Because whenever any political crisis, I would say, or war occurred in the region, so Jordan usually hosts the neighboring people from neighbor countries. This training, we have prepared a training package, cover various topics, including social project establishment, feasibility study, and business planning, to promoting social justice, empowering marginalized individuals to engage economic activities and contribute to local economic growth. The training beneficiaries as well had diversified project ideas and businesses as food production, agriculture, handicrafts, etc. Pilot project sub-grants, call for applications have been implemented for Irbid governorates, which is the northern part of Jordan. Sub-grants application orientation session, also application filtration and selections of 3 winners of pilot projects. Sub-grants total amount was 10,000 euros, 86.5, of course, which is the grant contribution, and 13.5 is a beneficiary's contribution. The rest? The first project was a thyme plantation in greenhouse. It was by Koforsum Agricultural Cooperative Association for pomegranate producers. This project was focused on increasing the thyme production capacity and diversifying products lines as organic, dried, fresh thyme. Also, the sub-grant will provide capacity building, income generating skills, and sustainable source of income of the local community. Last total number of participants in the project in this CPOs was 8 partners. The second project was WIG sewing workshop, النهج الجديد, non-governmental, non-profit. This project, in the very beginning, or this idea of project, at my country, in Jordan, as a country poor with some resources, also we are facing more than 20% of population with unemployment, which is a high unemployment rate. So going to the wig sewing workshop, some of them they thought it's kind of fancy or not essential on, or how it could contribute to the social changes, behavioral change even at the community level. But with the stakeholders, with the workshops conducted, we were able to introduce it in a different way that shows the impact, economical impact on the beneficiaries first at the very beginning, and then how they will contribute in improving their income or for their family income at the end, how it will affect the community surrounding it as well. A third thing that 20% of produced wigs on monthly basis will be donated to Al-Hussein Cancer Center. So this was the human touchable thing. I think it was created by the project and it was very successful. Also, the sub-grant project will provide, of course, the capacity building and income generating skills. The total number of participants in the project was 3 partners. The third project and the last one is enhancing and activating the economic and social capability of youth capacity building to establish small project in Irbid by Tahfidh Association for Entrepreneurship Development, charitable, of course, organization registered with the Ministry of Social Development. This project was focusing on training and selected local youth on graphic design, packaging, sales, and marketing concept, tools, and networking. This was through establishing a printing and packing workshop and a year-round showroom to display the market there and market their products. The sub-grants projects will provide, of course, capacity building, income generating skills, and marketing windows. The total number of participants in the project is the organization and 4 partners. Last thing is 20 beneficiaries will. This is for the second phase, which will be implemented within the coming 2 weeks. It's in progress. So we have 20 beneficiaries from the first training and social and solidarity economies. Beneficiaries, individuals, and SSEs also from El Koura district, including people with disabilities, women, and refugees. Beneficiaries and developed projects, ideas focused on social businesses and current running. A training package covered access to finance, legal aspects of businesses. This to empower, of course, the beneficiaries, advance their social businesses. Now we have produced also 5 documentary videos over the project. I don't know if we have 4 minutes to show one of them. It's just 4 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
If I may add, thank you very much. I want to add before we show the video, the production of the videos that JOHUD has delivered is very good, so it is worth it to see at least one of them. But I also wanted to mention the commitment of your local trainer in bringing together the beneficiaries of the social business incubator with the local NGOs and help them assist them a lot to develop the pilot projects and make an application and participate in the call of sub-grants. That was, it is worth to mention.
Thank you very much, Muttasim. My question is, how are you going to maintain the social business incubator beyond the project? How is it going to keep running? Are you still, you will organize training?
JOHUD, when selected the center hosted by the Ministry of Social Development, we mean by that it's a governmental center. So centers with governmental usually maintain and remain because all the running costs will be covered by the Ministry of Social Development. So this is one part ensuring the sustainability. The second part, JOHUD has a local center within the same governorates close to the district. So they can follow up on day-to-day activities. Also within our community engagement, because JOHUD is considered one of the strongest local NGOs on outreaching to the local community. So with this, we can ensure the maintenance. Also, follow up in terms of the management part of this incubator is an essential. So this can be guaranteed by JOHUD. But the commitment of the businesses itself, which is run by the people with the individuals, it might be changes. This nobody can guarantee, but once we have a well-organized, strategic and a plan for this center, we can ensure that it will continue again, but maybe with different businesses or with different beneficiaries.
Let's play the video.
بحب أقدم شكري طبعاً للصندوق الأردني الهاشمي جهد اللي فتحوا لنا مجال إن كيف نقدم لتطوير مشاريعنا الإنتاجية. أنا تعلمت اليوم من الورشة كيف طريقة كتابة المقترح المشروع، وين نقاط ضعفي في كتابة مقترح المشروع، وين نقاط القوة اللي أستطيع إني أكتب مشروع قوي اللي أجذب الجهات المانحة إني أستفيد من المنحة. إحنا مشروعنا كان ماكينات خياطة في إعادة التدوير وصناعة حقائب البلاستيك، مقالم وجزادين بلاستيك. بعد الدورة هاي إن شاء الله إنه صار عندي نقاط قوة جدا، وين أستغل نقاط قوتي، شو الميزات اللي عندي في جمعيتي، شو النقاط اللي موجودة عندي في إدارتي إني أستغلها حتى أحصل على منحة بشكل قوي.
احنا مقدمين لمشروع اللي هو تدوير المواد الصلبة وإعادة استخداماتها من خلال تشغيل مجموعة من الشباب والفئات المستهدفة بالتعاون مع مركز التأهيل المجتمعي في مخيم إربد. الهدف من الورشة هو اليوم إعطاء فرصة للمشاركين المتدربين لتعبئة النموذج المشاريع.
مشروعي هو مشروع الزراعة المائية. راح نقوم بزراعة نباتات الفراولة في نظام الأنابيب في داخل بيوت بلاستيكية. راح يتم إنتاج الفراولة على مدار السنة. نحن في البداية راح نكون 3 أشخاص. راح نقوم بالعمليات الأولية للزراعة. عند الإنتاج، في مراحل الإنتاج المراحل المتقدمة راح تتوفر فرص أكيد يعني لعدد أكبر، ممكن 5 6 أشخاص في البداية. أهم 3 شغلات تعلمتها في التدريب: كتابة أول شيء البروبوزل للمشروع، كمان إعداد الميزانية وخطة العمل للمشروع.
حقيقة أنه هذا يعني مشروعنا طريقة عمله اللي هو تصنيع بواريك الشعر وخصل الشعر، واستهدفنا في هذه المنطقة منطقة كريمة الأغوار الشمالية، طبعا الفائدة من هذا المشروع راح يتم تشغيل حوالي 15 سيدة من بنات المجتمع المحلي. طبعا راح نختارهم بعناية من يعني البنات المتميزات في هذا المشروع أثناء عملية التدريب. طبعا هذا المشروع بوريك الشعر احنا رايحين نستهدف كمان الأطفال مرضى السرطان اللي يعانوا من ظروف نفسية صعبة، حتى انه احنا نعطيهم تقريبا بنسبة من 20 إلى 30% من المنتج بشكل مجاني لهم. فإن شاء الله يعني مجرد ما أخذنا هذه المنحة راح نباشر بهذا العمل، وراح يكون إن شاء الله مشروع متميز وضمن استدامة لهذا المشروع.
Good luck to the pilot projects. Thank you very much. Well, now from Jordan, we go to Greece. I invite Yiannis Tsoukalidis to give us a description of the activity.
Yeah. Thank you. Hello, I'm Yiannis Tsoukalidis, representing EP.E.K.S.A, and I'm here to present the demonstrative action that was implemented in Greece. Can we continue? Okay, the implementation period of the demonstrative action is actually from April 2022 until now, and the it is implemented in a small municipality, or municipality of Pageo, which is an area with 30,000 inhabitants. Can we continue? Next. Okay. The problem that was considered in this demonstrative action was that unemployed people, and including people with disabilities, were trying to take advantage of existing energetic policies supporting employment. However, the procedure, in most of the cases, the biggest part of it, were not for sustainable job positions. In reality, they were not real needs to be covered, and it was like substituting people, subsidizing people. So the approach was that stakeholders should cooperate in a ordinary procedure continuously in order to match the real needs of the local businesses and the area, and the skills of the people, so that skills could be upgraded properly, targeting real needs of the local market. So municipalities, regions, NGOs, social enterprises, and of course the state agency for employment, that is called JEPA, were in cooperation in such informal entity. Can we continue? Okay, we will skip a few slides in order to go to the main results, because first these slides state the problems of employment in constant job positions. Can we continue, Esmeralda? Okay, so the approach is to include all of them, plus a new entity that it is called Community Center, operating in the area since 2018. And the community center has the capacity, also within the project, but as we will say later after that as well, to provide consultation and guidance to people who are belong in vulnerable groups, like people with disabilities or long-term unemployed people, and in that way contribute in their inclusion. Okay, we will skip this because it's in the same spirit in order to save some time. Okay, we can continue. This is about who we cooperate with, and this mechanism that was created, it's called in English, it's called Stakeholders Group for Employment and Development in PAGEO, and it strives to optimize the use of public funding to matching the new programs at local level with the real market needs and trends. We keep that because the market needs change all the time, particularly the last years, because of the rapid changes in technology and other topics. So it is expected that the public funding for employment and also for new small enterprises created by unemployed people, either personally or through a cooperative or other means of entrepreneurship, will have optimal value for money for sustainable job positions and new small businesses. The demonstrative action was approved in December 2021 after a major modification of our application of MedTOWN, and finalized in close cooperation with the lead beneficiary to start in April 2022 with very specific objectives. Okay, here are obstacles and difficulties it has to face, so we can go on. Here are some expected generic results and specific results. I would suggest to go beyond in order to go to the achievements. Okay, continue. Yes, next slide. Okay, so next one. Okay. The main achievements of the implementation of the demonstrative action are the following. New job positions created. Here we have to say that although the demonstrative action is a testing, in the case of this demonstrative action, it became a tool that it operates. So it's not just a testing, but we have 23 people found a full-time job. This number is related to consultation and guidance provided to them. 2 of them were disabled people, and others were long-term unemployed, and also some people were near pension. This is also a big problem because people may have a good job, and then after 50, 55 years of age, they are not recruited by almost anyone. The mechanism we were discussing was created, and it will continue its operation for the years 2024 up to 2028 at least, because there is a commitment to be supported by the municipality of PAGEO, which has liked very much the project approach, and the municipality of PAGEO provides space and a person paid by the municipality to follow up with the action. The community center is engaged to continue consultation and guidance for the next period, and this is also justified in its documents officially submitted to the Regional Operation Program, that it will continue providing with a clear statement of our project MedTOWN in these official documents. And of course, E.P.E.K.S.A and the municipality of PAGEO, both of them did submit 2 proposals officially to use digital social wallet at local level for the new regional operation program. Continue. Esmeralda, next slide. Those both entities, E.P.E.K.S.A and the municipality of PAGEO, because the demonstrative action is implemented there, and the municipality of PAGEO like that a lot. And here I take the opportunity to say that I liked a lot in the first panel, hearing that the program is wanted to be directly linked to job positions, but also to local development, and also by the researcher, Mr. Samuel Barco, that we have to better adapt to the local context. And furthermore, he said, and it is very correct, that we should better and have better and deeper analysis of the local context. So I think the implementation of this demonstrative action is close to that, and we are optimistic that it will continue in that way. And here I have to say that those two entities presented before the Ministries of Interior, Minister of Labour of Social Affairs, and the Minister of Digital Governance, the usage of digital wallet for vulnerable people. That was during the second demonstrative action, which we did change in cooperation with the lead beneficiary later. And it was now part of it, it's used by the Greek government. This year, as part of the demonstrative action, we had also to run, and we did, a simulation of use of digital social wallet at local level. We did prepare 4 different scenarios. They were tested for near 3,000 real random conditions and 5 years projection ahead for each scenario. This was a very complicated procedure. The algorithms were tested quite well, and it was running for days and days because it is technical, but I will have to say the most important in such type of simulation is how to have real random seeds in simulating the different conditions that may appear. And the results show in all scenarios, more or less, the usefulness of, for local economy and employment of using social digital wallet. Reinvestment was up to, it's not clearly shown there, it was up to 3 times. Profit remaining locally was from 37 to 45%, and more job positions, approximately 35% more new job positions because of using social digital wallet. Those results and the methodology, of course, will be presenting in a scientific conference in the next year after the end of the project, and they will be published in a scientific journal with a blind peer-to-peer review. Here we have some indicative recorded views of beneficiaries and one executive staff of the community center. The second one is linked to what Humana said in the morning about having people that are educated but not having job positions. That lady is near pension but could not find a job related to her capacity, capabilities, and knowledge. So she was unemployed for 3 years, and with the appropriate consultation guidance, she found a job, and now she will have a job, a real economy job. That's very important until she gets to pension. The first one was also, in the first one we don't have video, only the sound, because the lady did not want to be in the video. The third and the fourth ones are people in 2 different programs funded by the Resilience and the Recovery Facility of the European Union. They work in sanitary engineering, in garbage collection. The Kostas Stamoulis is an executive in the community center. He was stating what it does and that they will continue proceeding with MedTOWN project after the end of the project in the next years. And they will be shared with all, so you can...
Ονομάζομαι Ανατολή Χατζηλαζαρίδου, δουλεύω στο Δήμο Παγκαίου. Ήμουν ανεργή 3 χρόνια και μπήκα σε αυτή τη θέση βάσει της αξιολόγησης των προσόντων και του πτυχίου που είχα. Με αντιπροσωπεύει απόλυτα η δουλειά αυτή. Βασικά είναι σημαντικό γιατί με έχει βοηθήσει αυτό το πρόγραμμα των μακροχρόνια ανέργων άνω των 55 και με ικανοποιεί απόλυτα.
Λέγομαι Καλογύρου Κωνσταντίνος. Είμαι στο πρόγραμμα του ΑΕΛ 1+1. Είμαι αρκετό καιρό άνεργος και με τη συμβουλή του ΑΕΛ απασχολούμαι στο Δήμο Παγκαίο, στο Δήμο Ελευθέρου που λέει. Είναι ένα κοινωνικό πρόγραμμα πολύ καλό για αυτούς που δεν μπορούν να βρουν εύκολα δουλειά. Απασχολούμαστε σε διάφορες δουλειές του Δήμου, στον τομέα μας και έχουμε ένα ικανοποιητικό μισθό για να μπορούμε να ζήσουμε κοινωνικά.
Καλησπέρα, ονομάζομαι Σταμούλης Κωνσταντίνος και είμαι στέλεχος των κέντρων κοινότητας του Δήμου Παγκαίου. Σε αυτό το σημείο να κάνουμε μια εισήγηση γνωριμία σχετικά με τα κέντρα κοινότητας. Ο Δήμος Παγκαίου στο πλαίσιο του στρατηγικού σχεδιασμού της ελληνικής πολιτικής και της περιφέρειας Ανατολικής Μακεδονίας και Θράκης για την δημιουργία ενός ενιαίου εθνικού μηχανισμού που συντονίζει τις πολιτικές κοινωνικής ένταξης, ενισχύοντας την αποδοτικότητα του συστήματος κοινωνικής προστασίας, προχώρησε στη δημιουργία δομής των κέντρων κοινότητας. Το κέντρο κοινότητας αποτελεί ένα σημείο αναφοράς για την εξυπηρέτηση των πολιτών με όλα τα κοινωνικά προγράμματα και τις υπηρεσίες που υλοποιούνται αυτή τη στιγμή στον Δήμο Παγκαίου. Το κέντρο κοινότητας στα πλαίσια παροχής υπηρεσιών που αποσκοπούν στη βελτίωση του βιωτικού επίπεδου, διασφαλίζει την κοινωνική ένταξη των εφελουμένων, καθώς και τις υπηρεσίες που αποσκοπούν στην προώθηση της απασχόλησης. Σε αυτό το επίπεδο, σαν κέντρο κοινότητας, παρακολουθούμε στενά και συμμετέχουμε σε οτιδήποτε έχει να κάνει με το πρόγραμμα MedTOWN, μέχρι στιγμής με απόλυτη επιτυχία.
Here we prepared a performance indicator that is related to the initial value of the job positions in the area per the total action cost. And this is important for us because that amount of money wouldn't be in the area. And we have to measure that indicator. And we see that in the first year we have 5.7, means almost 6 times the cost. The second year is almost 12 times. The third year is near 19 times. And the fourth year is near 26 times. Here it is not calculated the reinvestment. Why? Because these salaries, for example, of the people that wouldn't be available, now they are available and they are consumed in the area. So if we will be calculating that performance indicator, the indicators will be higher, not double, because some of the amounts are used away of the area, for example, to cover expenses of their children that study away or abroad, but some part, it has to have a more complicated calculation, more interviews. It will be definitely higher than that because some part, at least some part, if not the majority of it, it is consumed in the area. So we can see from this indicator the usefulness of the demonstrative action itself And more important, the demonstrative action that became a tool that will continue after the project finishes. The next one? Nothing. Okay, I think we have discussed about them. It's only that we are going to promote further the results through use of the network we have all around Greece. I mean, the results of the concept of the mechanism, and of course the results of the simulation of the digital social wallet. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Yiannis. We are looking forward to show the results and receive the report also on that.